Hey everybody, this is Matt from endsickness.org. Today I'm going to talk about how important it is to forgive yourself for all the decisions in the past and forgive others for what they have done to you if you want to heal from your chronic illness. All right, and this is something that's a really heavy topic for a lot of people. There's lots of victimization going on. There's lots of they did this, but no, you don't understand, and blaming others for the reason that you feel the way you do. And this is one of the major limiting factors when you're trying to overcome chronic illness, like mast cell activation or histamine intolerance or fibromyalgia or autoimmune disease or whatever it is there. And it's this connection to this past trauma, these past experiences where you were the victim, where something happened to you, and you're still pointing at that thing as a reason for the way that you are right now, right? It was something else, somebody else's fault. There was some experience that did it. And the real reality is you didn't have the emotional capability and the maturity at the time to deal with that level of an emotion. It was too hard for you to process. You didn't know how to actually do anything with it. So you just repressed it. When you repress emotions, eventually they cause problems, right? They cause problems. And the reality is the easiest thing to do is to blame someone else, to blame that situation versus address it head on and say, hey, at the time I did not have the capability to address this head on. I just didn't have the capability to. So now I'm willing to. I'm willing to realize that it was an event that occurred, that I accept that happened, but I will not let it define me for the rest of my life, And you have to forgive the others and forgive the scenario and forgive yourself if somehow you were implicated in making this happen, But I want to talk more about forgiving yourself, okay? If you were doing the best you could at the time, you have to cut yourself some slack. You cannot be so hard on yourself. Okay, if you're hard on yourself, then you're gonna be unsafe in your own mind. If you're unsafe in your own mind, you're gonna always feel threatened. If you always feel threatened, then this is what makes symptoms worse. This is what makes you have unhealthy behaviors. This is what leads to self-sabotage, is feeling threatened in your own mind, not feeling safe in your own thoughts. And this is critical. You got to forgive yourself for the things you've done in the past that you thought you could have did differently. Everybody has those feelings. It is not helpful to keep focusing on them. In fact, you have to just say, hey, I did the best I could. Yeah, maybe I could have made some decisions that could have been better at the time, but it all is I'm fine with all of it now, right? Because I know better and I'm making the right decisions now. That's going to be the foundation to you getting through these things, right? You got to forgive yourself. You got to forgive others. You can't keep going on and on and on in living in some blame game, and feeling unsafe in your own mind and thinking that you're always to blame for all your own issues and, just beating yourself up. Instead, turn it into a learning experience. Say, hey, these were opportunities to learn. I grew a lot from these things. And if this is what had to happen for me to grow, then so be it. I'm okay with it. But now I'm going to learn without having to go through so many painful, challenging events. And that's going to be my new story. So that's a story you can have if you truly forgive yourself. But until you forgive yourself, often it's the same replicating challenging events, challenging manifestations. And as soon as you stop blaming other people and you forgive them, then guess what? You start to see your role in everything, and then real growth occurs, and real inner peace and real content eventually develops. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to my website, endsickness.org. I love talking about this stuff, helping people. I got hundreds of videos, hundreds of articles on there. Thanks for watching.